If you have a block or a rug or something you can fold up and sit on, we'll start with that. Sit. So coming into seated position with your legs folded, a nice tall spine, whatever's comfortable for you. Let's take a few deep breaths here and soften our eyes, landing in our practice. And releasing everything that we've been busy with this morning. Take a couple more breaths here. Scanning your body, noticing how it's feeling, noticing any tension or anything busy in your mind. Acknowledge it and let it go. And we're going to take our feet out in front of us. Inhale, lift our arms, and exhale, fold forward with your legs bent and bring your hands down to your toes or your ankles and have your body draped over your knees. As you inhale, notice expansion in your breath, expansion in your chest, and as you exhale, notice your body softening. Take one more breath here. And then coming up to a taller position with your legs bent. And let's hook our left arm around our right knee. Take our right hand behind us and twist to the right side, gazing towards the right. Taking some nice deep breaths here. And then inhale, bring both hands to the front and then take it to the other side. So hooking your right arm around your left knee, left hand behind you, and drawing your body round, looking over your left shoulder. Taking some nice deep breaths here. And noticing the rise and fall as you breathe in and out, and noticing the twist in the bottom of your spine. And then inhaling back to center. Let's take our feet out, straight out in front of us, and slide our bottoms down onto the ground. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, fold forward. Bringing your hands down to your toes, gazing towards your knees, and just taking a few deep breaths here. Connecting with the stretch down the back of your legs and your lower back. Coming back to the expansion of your breath, noticing how your chest expands as you breathe in and how it softens as you breathe out. And then release, move your block or your blanket out of the way and coming on to tabletop position. So if you have a rug, you might like to put it under your knees to give your knees a little bit more padding. And we're going to inhale, lift our chest into cow pose, and exhale, draw your back up towards the sky into cat pose, stretching out the back, elongating through the spine. Inhale, lift the chest, raise the gaze, and exhale. Let's do a couple more rounds. stretching through the spine and the back of the neck. And taking your knees wide and bringing your heels down to your buttocks and walk your hands forward into downward child's pose. Stretching out your fingertips and bringing your forehead down to the mat and taking some nice deep breaths here. Just grounding yourself in your practice. Taking a great big breath in and a big breath out. And then inhale, coming up. Slide your hands back a little bit, tuck your toes under and come into your first downward dog. And taking a few breaths here, pushing your heels down towards the mat, stretching the back of your legs. And then walking your hands forward and bring your body forward into a plank position. And you can place your knees on the ground if you wish. And we're going to drop our right hip and then coming up and then dropping our left hip. So inhale and exhale. It's taking it from side to side. One more on each side. And then bring your chest down to the mat. Hands out in front into Sphinx pose. Lifting your chest up. You've got your forearms in front. And we're going to inhale and then exhale, look over your right shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale to the other side. Stretching upper back and the back of the neck. Then bending your knees and bringing your forehead down to the mat. Just taking the knees from side to side, giving some little movements to the lower back area. And then bring your feet back down to the mat, sliding your hands back and lifting up your hips into downward dog. Walking your feet a little bit more forward. And just coming back to your breath. Stretching through the back of the legs. And then step or hop, bringing your feet to your hands into a forward bend. Hugging your knees into your chest. And from here, we're going to do a little twist. So we're going to first of all go to the right side. So I want you to bend the left leg, straighten out the right leg. Inhale, lift up the right hand and looking up to the right side. Exhale, bring the right hand down. And then we're going to bend the right leg, straighten out the left leg. Inhale, lift up to the left. Exhale, bring it back down. Change your legs over. Inhale, straighten out the right leg, bend the left leg, lifting up the right arm, gazing up towards the right arm. Exhale, bring it back down, bending the right leg, straighten the left. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, bring it back down. From here, we're going to inhale and slowly bring our body up to standing position. Give your body a little shake. Nice work. From here, we'll do our warrior sequence. So coming to the back of the mat, turning the left foot out to the side, stepping forward with the right foot. Inhale, lift up your arms, lift up your chest. bending the right knee and coming into warrior one, stretching all the way up towards the ceiling, connecting with the stretch through the left hip. On the next inhalation, take the right hand forward, left hand back into warrior two. Keeping it nice and strong through the right leg. And then inhale, lift up the right hand, slide the left hand down the back of the left leg, reaching up nice and tall. Taking some nice deep breaths here, stretching through the right side of the body. And then on the next exhalation, bring the right hand down to the mat, next to the left foot. If you have your block, you can use your block here. And we're going to lengthen out the right leg. Inhale, lift up the left hand into triangle pose, gazing up towards the left hand. So doing a nice twist through our spine and stretching through the back of the right leg. Just take a couple more breaths here. And then exhale, bring the left hand down and lift up the right hand into a twisted triangle. And notice the stretch through the glute area here on this one. One more breath, and then exhale, bring the right hand down to the mat, and inhale, come back up to standing and step back to the back of the mat. That's it, give your body a little shake. Let's take it to the other side. So turning the right foot out slightly, step forward with the left. Inhale, lift up your arms, lift your gaze, and raise your chest. Expanding the chest and really reaching up towards the sky. Noticing the stretch through the right hip. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Expanding through the chest, using the breath to expand your body. Exhale, take the left hand forward, right hand back. Gaze towards the left thumb. Lengthening out through the hands, keeping it nice and strong through the left leg. Just take a couple of breaths here. And then inhale, raise the left hand, slide the right hand down the back of the body into reverse warrior. Reaching up nice and tall, feeling the stretch down the left side of the body. Take a couple more breaths. And then exhale, bring the left hand down towards the mat. If you have your block, you can use your block. And then inhale, lift up the right hand into triangle, expanding through the chest, lengthening out the left leg, stretching through the front of the chest, gazing up towards the right hand. Just take a couple of breaths here. And then exhale, bring the right hand down. Swap your hands over, put the right hand on the block, left hand, lift up into reverse triangle. And feeling the stretch down the back of the left leg. Couple more breaths here. And then exhale, drop the left hand down, come back up to standing. Let's lift up our left hand this time and slide the right hand back into our reverse warrior. One more breath and then release. Give your legs a little shake. Okay, from here we're going to do our tree pose. Let's open up our toes on the right foot, moving our hips in a little circle so we feel the anchor points. And then bring the left toes next to the right foot. You can stay here or you can bring your foot up to the calf or you can go above the knee, whatever is going to work for you today. And then bring your hands to heart center. Take the knee out towards the side a little bit. Find your drishti point and settling your body down, nice and still. Feeling that breath expand through the chest and soften as you exhale. We'll take a few more breaths here. That's it, nice and balanced. Three, two, and one. And release. Give your legs a shake. And we'll take it to the other side, opening up your toes on the left foot and moving your hips in a circle, feeling the anchor points on the left side this time, and then bringing the right toes next to the left foot. From here, bring your right foot up the left leg, either to the calf or above the knee. Bring your hands to heart center and take your knee out towards the side. Getting nice and comfortable here, slowing down the body, coming back to your breathing. Gazing to your drishti point and just stilling down everything, coming back into balancing the body. That's it, keeping it nice and balanced. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done, everyone. Give that a nice shake. Okay. From here, we're going to take our feet wide. So our feet are along the mat, and notice the weight on the outside edges of your feet. Let's inhale, lift our arms up, reach up towards the sky, lifting our heart, and exhale, folding forward, bringing our hands down to the mat. You might heel toe your feet out a little wider, and then pointing your crown of your head down towards the mat and sliding your hands back underneath you, releasing any tension that you might have in your back. Let your shoulders and your head fall heavy. Coming back to the breathing, feeling the expansion as you inhale, and feel your body soften as you exhale. Let's stay here for 6 to 8 breaths. So this inversion is really good for the body, good for your circulatory system and your lymphatic system, good for your immunity. Softening your eyes, just relaxing into the inversion. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then walking your hands forward, lifting up your chest and stretching out the spine, looking towards the top. And then heel toe your feet a little closer together. And then from here, we're going to go into our Yogi Squat. So you can either come into a squat with your chest up, or you can take it a little lower. That's it. And using our elbows to press out a little bit on our knees. Our heels are going down towards the mat and lifting up our chest. We're going to stay here for about 30 seconds. So it's nice and strong through the legs. This one's purpose is opening up through the hip area. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then release your hands down to the mat and lengthen your feet. and legs coming into a forward bend. Stretching out through the back of the legs. And then walk your feet back into downward dog. Stretching our heels down towards the mat. And then from here, we're going to take our right foot forward next to our right hand into a lizard. So here you can have the left knee up off the ground, or you can bring the left knee down onto the ground. It's your choice. Either is good. So this is opening up through the hips. Then we're going to inhale, lift up the right hand, look up towards the right side. So this is lizard twist. One more breath. Notice the stretch through the hips and the glute. Exhale, bring the right hand down and then step back the right foot into downward dog, pressing your heels back down towards the mat. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And then we're going to step the left foot forward into lizard on the left side. So here again, you can bring your right knee down to the mat if you wish, or you can keep it up. Take a couple of breaths here. Noticing the stretch and the opening through the hip on the left side. And then inhale, lift up the left hand into lizard twist to the left side. And notice the stretch through the left glute. 2 more breaths. And then release the hand down to the mat. Step the left foot back into downward dog again. And stretch the back of the legs. And then bring the chest forward and bring your body down to the mat. And let's come onto our backs. So both of our knees are bent and we're going to hug our right knee up to our chest. Take a couple of breaths. And then release the right knee. Hug the left knee up. So releasing the tension in the back, lower back, and also through the hip area. And then hug up both knees and roll them in a circle. And then reaching through the knees towards the outside of your feet into happy baby. And lift the soles of the feet up towards the ceiling. And flattening out the lower back and the upper back and shoulders into the mat. Taking a few breaths. So nice hip opening here. 2 more breaths. And then release the hands and the feet. Bring the feet down to the mat. Hands out to the side, straight out from your shoulders. And drop your knees to the left, look to the right, twisting through the lower spine, keeping your shoulders on the mat. And then inhale to center. Exhale, take your knees to the right, look to the left. And go side to side a couple more times. And then bringing both knees back to center, lifting up the left leg and bringing it across the front of the right. And then hugging your right knee towards your chest into pigeon pose. Bring the upper back and head back down to the mat. taking some deep breaths here, and on each exhalation, tugging it in a little closer. This is reverse pigeon. And then release the hands. Allow the right foot to come down to the mat, but keep the left foot bent across. Bringing the left hand down to the mat and using the right hand to draw that left knee towards the right side into a twist and looking towards the left. Relaxing your body into the twist. Taking a few breaths here. Using that right hand to gently bring the left knee towards the right side. One more breath. And then as you inhale, bring your knees back to center and swap your legs over, bring the left foot to the mat, crossing the right leg across the front of the left thigh, and then hug that towards your chest. You can reach through and hug in the left thigh or the left shin, or just hugging the right shin. Release your upper back and head back down to the mat. Come back to the breath, to the expansion as you inhale, and softening as you exhale. As you soften, relaxing a little more into this stretch. Let's take a couple more breaths. And then releasing your hands, allowing the left foot to come down to the mat. Using the left hand to draw the knee across to the left side, and take the right hand straight out from your shoulder, gazing towards the right side, and coming into a twist and connecting with a twist down the side, the right side of your body. Relaxing into the twist, and on each exhale, allow your body to surrender a little more. Two more breaths. And then release your hand, inhale, bring the knees back to center and uncross your legs, and then hug both knees back into your chest. Do a little circle in one direction and then the other, releasing any tension, flushing out the twist. Allow your feet to come down to the mat. Your hands palm side down next to your hips, and we'll inhale, lift our hips up into a bridge. Bringing the chest up towards the chin, pushing through the heels. Bring our hands underneath us and clasping our hands together, and then walk our shoulders a little closer and lift up a little higher. Softening the eyes and come back to the breath. Let's do a few breaths here. This is a nice back bend. Let's take two more breaths here. And then release your hands and release your body slowly back down towards the mat. Hug the knees back up to the chest again. Then placing your hands behind your knees and rocking your body back up to sitting. Let's take our feet out in front of us, lifting up our sit bones, flexing our feet. Inhale, lift up, and exhale, fold forward. Bringing your hands down to your toes, gazing towards your toes. That's it. And relaxing into this forward bend. Taking a few deep breaths. And then release your hands. Come back up to sitting, and we'll bend our left knee out to the side. Lift our base up So we're up on our sit bones, flexing the right foot, inhale, and then exhale as you fold forward. So bringing your hands down towards the toes or the ankle or the shin, gazing towards the toes, releasing that left knee down towards the mat. Just take one more breath here. And then release, swap our legs over. So bending the right knee, bring the sole of the right foot next to the inner thigh. Lift up onto your sit bones, nice tall spine. And then exhale, fold forward, flexing the foot. Bring your hands down towards your toes or your ankles or your shins on the left side. And giving it a nice stretch. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then release. And then inhale, bring the left foot and the right foot together towards the groin area, and then hugging your toes, coming up nice and tall, nice tall spine, and allow your knees to fall out towards the side, giving you a nice groin stretch. Let's take a couple of breaths here. And then release your hands, bring your feet out in front. We do one more stretch forward, flexing your feet, reaching forward, and bringing your hands further up the feet this time, and gazing down towards the toes. And hopefully you will find you've got a lot more flexibility now in your legs and your lower back. Let's take 4 deep breaths here. And then release your hands. And clasp your hands in front of you and point your fingers forward. And then as you exhale, slowly bring your body down to the mat. Coming into Savasana. So getting yourself in a nice comfortable position for the next 5 minutes or so, relaxing into Savasana. Using a blanket or eye pillow, getting yourself nice and comfortable. Enjoying the benefits of all the energy that you've created during your asana. Slowing down the body, coming back to the expansion as you inhale and the softening of the body as you exhale. Noticing all the points underneath your body that's connected with your earth. Your heels and the back of your legs. Your hips and the upper back. Shoulders, arms, and head. Noticing your breathing as you're breathing in and out. Feel your body resting in Savasana without opening your eyes, knowing that you're supported by the earth. Feel the earth against your heels and legs, lower back, upper back, arms and head. Start to wiggle your hands and your toes, stretching out your feet and your arms. When you're ready, gently rolling towards your right side and take a couple of breaths there. And when you're ready, using your hands to press up, coming into a comfortable seated position. Let's bring our hands to our heart center. Let's take a couple more breaths here. Deep breath in and out. And two more. Breathing in and out. One last one. Bring our hands to our forehead for kind thoughts, and to our lips for kind words, and to our heart for a kind heart. Namaste. Thank you for your lovely yoga energy. Thank you for being here, for showing up. How's everybody feeling?
Great, thank you.
Good, excellent.